Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are all doing well. Have you recovered yet from that defeat against Brighton? I haven't. And you know what? Today, Manchester United fans' news and week got even worse as we learn that Aaron Wan-Bissaka is out for what's been reported as several weeks, reported elsewhere as 2 months. But all I know is Manchester United's injury problems go from bad to worse. We seem to have all these issues off the pitch, including ownership. We've got the Anthony thing going on, Sancho thing going on. It's just an absolute mess at the moment. You've got to feel sorry for Erik ten Hag. Now, look, I think the manager made some mistakes against Brighton in that game. And you could point at mistakes that he's made this season in terms of selection, maybe management, whatever. But one of the things that I'm not doing is putting the manager under pressure, because he is one of the only things that is right at this club at this moment in time. There's so much that's going wrong at the club, and he's the guy that hopefully can steady this ship, get us back into winning ways and get us back moving forward. You've also got to feel sorry for him in terms of, the ownership situation at the moment. In the summer, we were hampered by the fact Amrabat was someone we wanted to sign permanently. We could have made happen in June, July. We ended up signing him close to deadline on a loan deal. We offered €2 million loan fee at one point. It was embarrassing. And, he's had all those issues in the transfer window in trying to get some of his business done, not being sure whether to let certain players go because he's not sure whether other players are going to come in. It's been a little bit of a mess. And our summer started so brightly when you look at the signings that happened. Obviously, we've had those ownership issues for an awfully long time. And we're hoping those owners are going to leave. We don't even know what's going on with that. It's just instability all over the place at this moment in time. And now we've got a big week coming up. Bayern Munich away, Burnley away, and we've got another player that is out for Manchester United. That list is absolutely horrible, and we'll go through the list of players for Manchester United that are missing, and of course the time that they are expected to be missing as well. Before we do that, do me a favour, help cheer me up, hit that subscribe button, like, comment, share, etc. Get hitting that subscribe button, help us hit 150,000 subs ASAP. Thank you very much for doing that in advance. If you haven't done it yet, do it. But yeah, this is the list of players that are missing. So we've got Wan-Bissaka today, 2 months. Then we've got Amrabat, who's hopefully going to be back soon, but we don't know yet. Hopefully Amrabat's going to be back soon. He's definitely missing the Bayern Munich game. We're hoping for Burnley. Same with Mason Mount. Possibly a week out for those two. Luke Shaw, you're looking at another 4 to 6 weeks. Malacia, you're looking at another 2 to 3 weeks. Varane, a week or two as well, possibly. Heaton and Amad Diallo have no return dates on them. And Kobbie Mainoo, possibly 2 to 3 weeks, maybe longer. We obviously feared he could be missing until January when the injury was first suffered. So that's where we're at the moment with players that are injured. And then you've got Anthony and Sancho, who have unknown return dates for other reasons. When you look at those players, you've got Heaton in goal. You've got a back four of Wan-Bissaka, Luke Shaw, Varane and Malacia. Let's say Luke Shaw's a centre-back in this instance. A midfield of Kobbie Mainoo, Mason Mount and Amrabat. Then you've got Amad Diallo, Anthony and Sancho. That could be that's how many. We've got an 11 that's out at the moment. And that's not to make excuses. We still should have done a lot better than we did against Brighton. Do you know what I mean? Of course, those players being out means we had to play Christian Eriksen and Scott McTominay in the midfield for most of the game. That's not looking good. You got McTominay hiding from everything, playing hide and seek. And then you've got Christian Eriksen, whose legs, he's never been the quickest anyway, but you're trying to ask him to do defensive stuff. He can't do it. And Christian Eriksen, I think, has his uses, but you're looking at those players where Mount, Amrabat, Kobbie Mainoo come back into the mix. They're relegated to the bench, if not even on the bench. So that's the position where we're at with injuries at this moment in time. Just going from bad to worse, but you have to get results. You have to get results. And as a manager, obviously, I'm firmly behind him, but Erik ten Hag has to, try and grind something out, try and get a result. We're going to a difficult away game against Bayern Munich. Kind of a blessing that one comes first. You can get that one out of the way. You haven't got Bayern Munich at home until the last match day. And hopefully you can pick up your points against Galatasaray, Copenhagen. So that final game against Bayern Munich doesn't matter. But if we could go there, get a result, it could maybe spark your season. And then you've got Burnley away, which, again, is a winnable game. But playing as we have been at moments in time and the results that we've been getting. Look, I thought, moments in that game against Brighton were good, first 20 minutes. But apart from that, we were pretty abysmal. But there have been many moments in games where a little bit of luck, the turning point, Spurs with the penalty, the missed opportunities, Arsenal with that Garnacho goal, Brighton maybe with the Højlund goal. Just little moments where maybe that luck has been, but you've got to make your own luck as well. You've got to make your own luck. And I thought the manager at the weekend sat and maybe like he was hamstrung a bit by the fact that Casemiro kind of probably had to come off. He was poor as well. I'm not excusing him from being poor. He was in South America. He had not many options on the bench. But watching that midfield play against Brighton was so poor. And this is a Brighton with 6 players missing. We're talking about Man United. They had players missing as well. It's a really, really poor performance, that. But I'm confident in this manager being able to turn it around. And I think there were always going to be bumps in the road. There were always going to be speed bumps in this part. Like last season, the manager got to know a lot of the squad. Now, over the last year, last transfer window and the next few, hopefully, you got to get a few out. You got to shape up that squad. He has been hamstrung a bit by the owners in terms of that. Now, the owners don't make the substitution, all those kind of things. But they do set the tone from the top down. And the tone at the moment at Manchester United is kind of one where we're just all in limbo. No one knows what's going on. No one knows what's going on with Sancho. No one knows what's going on with Anthony. No one knows what's going on with this team at the moment in time. No one knows what's going on with the ownership. Just feels like a bit of a mess at this moment in time. And hopefully Erik ten Hag can, in that mess, kind of steady the ship amongst these stormy waters. But a difficult game coming up. But we've got the right gaffer, man. I'm sure in that. I haven't got no doubts in him. Whilst I do think he has made mistakes, which hopefully he'll learn from. But yeah, let us know your thoughts about what's going on at this moment in time. There just seems to be so much going on. Kind of got to feel sorry for the manager. He's trying to grab this team, change the culture of this team. You got the Jadon Sancho issue. Trying to get things going in terms of this season. You looked at the start of pre-season. He had Kobbie Mainoo in the midfield. Mason Mount had just joined. Onana was on his way. Rasmus Højlund had joined. Then 3 of those 4 players aren't available. You bring in Amrabat. Is not available. But we got to get results. We got to get results. It's a results business. And the demands are high at Manchester United. And it's flat at the moment. But a result against Bayern Munich could definitely turn things around. And that's what we're waiting for. We've had a little bit of luck against Arsenal. Garnacho's onside, you get that goal. Alright, we may concede 2-2, but you don't feel as bad as we did at the end of that game, and you possibly win it, and you're feeling much better going into the Brighton one. I don't know. It's a weird one, man. It's a weird one. It's so early in the season. Anyway, let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Things are going bad to worse, it seems, but hopefully, I'm an optimist. We're going to fucking do, but can't even finish that sentence. I'll see you in a bit.